When you first get logged into a Windows computer, you'll be presented with a desktop. You can actually keep programs and files here, but let's start by figuring out how to start and stop actual programs sort of the normal way. In the lower left-hand corner, you're going to see this Windows-looking icon. It opens up what's called the Start menu. This is where you will go and you'll open up the various programs you need. For example, if you needed to do some calculations, well, you would probably scroll down here and find the calculator. You simply click on the application and that opens up the calculator. When you're finished doing your calculations, so we can take something like 5 plus 6 is equal to 11, when we're finished with it, we can use the button right here, which will close up the application, and it's done. Another thing that you might want to do is maybe you want to take some notes. I know that there's a program in Windows called Notepad. Let's go see if we can find it. We click on the Start menu and we start scrolling down and we look for the program called Notepad. Okay, well, it kind of makes sense. Maybe it's going to be underneath N, but you'll see it doesn't actually have anything. It has some program called Neurotron. Well, let's go a little bit further and see if we can find it. Unfortunately, it just isn't here. However, I happen to know that Notepad is actually hiding inside this area called Windows Accessories. And by clicking on Windows Accessories, here's the actual Notepad program itself. Okay, and here we go. And now we've got some place where we can record information. Okay. So let's close up this application as well. What about if you didn't know where the program called Notepad was? Okay, so I know it's hiding under that Windows Accessories, but if you didn't actually know, what you can do is you can come down to this area right here called Type here to search, and you can start to type up the name of the program. For example, Notepad, and it says here the best match is Notepad, and that might be an easier way to be able to get Notepad actually opened up. Windows is a multitasking operating system. You can run multiple applications at the same time. For example, maybe you need to do some calculations, and maybe at the same time you also need to make some notes. Okay, and what I've done here is I've got both of these programs now open at the same time. We can tell that they're open because they're up here, but sometimes you get a little bit, your desktop can become quite cluttered because maybe you need like a full screen for your Notepad and you only need calculator for a short amount of time. One of the things you can do with your calculator, if you just want to put it away, you can click on this button right here, which is the minimize button. Now let me show you how this works. So let's suppose we're doing a quick little calculation, 10 plus 5, okay, 15. And now what we need to do is we need to record that the total is equal to 15 over our notes. So here we go, the total is 15. And I want to go back and I want to look at it, look at that same value again. Okay, well, all that I need to do is to come down here and to click on the icon, and that will bring back the program. Notice that this is very much different than closing the application. If you close the application and start it again, you'll see that you'll end up with a fresh new version of the calculator because all of the calculations before have now gone away. Okay, so minimizing is like putting something on hold. Okay, and you can put everything on hold. When you minimize, you'll notice what happens is you get this icon down here in the bottom in this area called the taskbar. So you can bring up whichever program you want at any time by clicking on the icons down here.